Thank you, Madam Acting Deputy President. I do rise to support this matter of urgency because it is the fact that transparency, that awareness of issues drives change. And we've just heard from Senator Canavan how an earlier inquiry here highlighting some of these issues has driven change in Queensland, and we have seen change in other states on this matter. Some other speakers are correct that this is not the topic of abortion is not a topic for this Senate, for the simple reason that constitutionally it is something that falls within the powers of our state and territory governments. And we see them making laws as they see fit, as they have been elected by people in that state. But the bill that Senator Canavan referred to before, which has been subject to an inquiry through the Senate, sought to use the external affairs power under the Constitution to hold state governments and the actions of medical practitioners to account because of the international treaties that Australia has signed up to, recognising the right to life for people and the rights of a child. And so, whilst I'm aware there are many people, and many of whom have emailed my office today, who are hopeful that a successful vote here today will immediately bring about change, that is not the case. It's not the wording of this motion. This motion just draws attention to a practice that, as we saw from the inquiry in Queensland yesterday, and evidence which has been reported both in print media on the radio, which highlights that despite the assurances of many that this is very rare, it doesn't happen in certain hospitals, practitioners on the ground have said it does happen. And the consequences, as Senator Canavan outlined, for the children, and I will call them that, the babies that are born, they deserve care. I will just highlight that the change that is being sought is not something that is out of the ordinary. In my home state of South Australia, the Termination of Pregnancy Act 2021, which I personally had problems with and spoke to the then Premier to express my concerns. But what they have included in that, in Part 2, Division 1, Section 7, it actually specifically says about the care of a person born after termination, and it applies, and it says that nothing in the Act prevents a medical practitioner to actually provide care to that person, and it says to avoid doubt the duty owed by a registered health practitioner is to provide medical care and treatment to the person born as a result of a termination is no different than the duty owed to provide medical care and treatment to a person born other than as a result of a termination.